All right, guys, I hope you all can hear me loud and clear. My name is Prateek Agrawal, and I'm going to be your coach for today's discussion on the steps to make a career in AI in 2023. So now this is a hot topic, everybody. Everybody is talking about AI, generative AI, and whatnot. So it becomes a extremely hot topic in everybody's mind. One data shows that 90% of the jobs in the tech industry in the next 5 years would be related to data and AI. So if somebody is not equipped with data and AI and how they work together and how they solve business problems, will not be eligible for those 90% of the high-tech jobs which are high-paying across the entire world. So that's the topic of discussion today. I have spent around 18 years or so in the data industry. A lot of things have changed since I started working the first time in the data industry. Back then, it used to be called as the decision sciences industry in 2004. But in my experience of having worked here, I have seen this industry to go through transformational changes. And I've been fortunate enough that I was one of the lucky ones to get into this industry very, very early. So although things keep changing in this industry, as we all know, but I try to keep myself up to date as much as possible. So, I would be very happy to answer any of your questions related to the data and the AI industry. And, literally you can ask me about anything. So now, before I start with my session, I do have a small agenda that I had come up with. However, before I start with this, I will ask you guys, because I want to make this session as a very interactive session. Are there any specific questions that are there in your mind? And I will jot down those questions. So I will make sure that I have covered these questions in today's discussion. So I open the floor right away in the beginning. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the chat window or verbally. So what questions do you guys have about the data and the AI industry? Any questions, anybody? You can ask me almost any questions. Anybody?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Aritro.
Yes, sir. This is Aritro. Sir, my question is I am from a non-tech background and I want to start a career in the data and AI industry.
What do you mean by non-tech background? What background do you have?
Sir, I have done a BSc biotechnology.
So why is it a non-tech background?
Sir, non-tech means I do not have any prior coding experience.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. So, all right. If you're good in finance, if you're good in economics, if you're good in physics, if you're good in chemistry, you can call yourself a technical person. So believe me, all those fields are technical. If you ask me, finance is quite technical for me. Biotechnology will be extremely technical for me. Right. So the first question is, okay, non-coding background, right? So can I still get into the world of AI? Okay, very good question. What else? I see one question. Is generative AI and LLM model are the upcoming future? Okay, is Gen AI and LLM models are the are going to remain very hot in the future. Let me put it like that. Okay, Dia Shah, go ahead and ask your question, Dia.
So actually, I am pursuing bachelor's right now in electronics, but my question was, is there any career for freshers with bachelor's degree in AI and data science or machine learning?
Good question. Is there any career for bachelor students, bachelor fresh college grads in AI or data, right?
Yes, sir.
And bachelor in what, Dia, if I may ask?
Electronics and communications, EC.
Oh, so it's an engineering degree.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Will AI take? What are the alternative for? Okay. So here, one of the pertinent question that we are hearing: will AI take over a data analyst's job? Okay. All right. Advancement of AI, will it be required skills to survive in the... Okay, Rudra Narayan, very similar question to question number 3 here. What will be the skills required to survive for a data analyst in the world of AI? Okay, definitely I will cover that. What skills are required for a data analyst in the AI world? Okay, what else? Let's see. Skills, tools required to get an AI job. Okay. Sure. Okay. I don't know how to start. How to start with AI? Okay. What else? How can we implement AI in real-time analysis? Well, AI. Okay. AI in real-time analysis. Okay. What else? Good questions. Non-technical investing. I'm working in MIS executive in finance. Can I shift from MIS role to an AI or data science role? Okay. What AI tools we should explore to become more productive in the data world? Okay. What else? Good questions, guys. And I didn't expect that there'll be so many questions, but good that you all have asked these questions. What are the prospects of research in AI? I mean, AI is research only. What are the prospects of research in AI? I mean, it's an evolving field, so there's going to be huge. Yes, Dia, you still have some questions, Dia? No? Okay, good. All right. Why is finding internship so hard? Why is it so hard to find an internship in AI or the data world? What are the tips to find internship? Sure. Good question. Zenap Baran. Okay, nice name as well. Is AI with web knowledge a good thing? Is AI with web development knowledge a good fit, perfect fit? Can AI replace human voice modulation? Can AI replace human voice modulation? Okay. How will AI help in our data analytics job role? I think we kind of covered that somewhere in the middle. Is advancement for AI good? I mean, yes, there is no question about it. In AI good for humankind? It's like, it's philosophical, but yeah. What tools are needed to build and implement chatbots in Python? Muku, in fact, tomorrow, Mukuku and everybody, because it's, today's workshop, today's discussion is actually part of our AI bootcamp series that we are doing in this month at IB Pro School. And tomorrow's session, which one of my colleagues is going to take, he's an AI expert as well. He's going to help you build a chatbot, and it's going to be so easy that you'd be surprised. AI enabled chatbot, and with context knowledge. So, do not miss tomorrow's session. And plus, if you attend tomorrow's session, you actually get the certificate as well along with today's session. No, I completed BSc. Am I eligible for AI or not? Okay, we will kind of consider that question. Okay, all right. Is DSA necessary to make a career? Okay, good question. Is data structure algorithm necessary to make a career in AI? Short answer is yes, but we'll talk about it. At the beginning, you said 90% of jobs related to what's going to be impacted on other jobs. At the beginning, you said 90% of the tech jobs, 90% of jobs from the technology related industry in the next 5 years are going to be somehow or the other related to data and AI. That is the data. Okay. However, if you're into construction, the buildings are not going to be constructed by themselves. You still need contractors. You still need cement. You still need steel. So if you're actually a manufacturing traditional industry, you're much safer. Actually, your job roles are much safer than AI. But yes, then AI will be enablers over there. Yeah. So we'll talk about it. I think we've got enough questions because we have only 1 hour with us. So let's try and cover these questions. Okay. Let me see. First question, because this is a question that comes very frequently to me, that I'm from a non-coding background. Can I still get in the world of AI? Here's the thing, guys. Coding, I've got a daughter who's now 9 years old, but when she was in 3rd standard, during pandemic, we had put her into a coding class for like a year or so, and you would be surprised. I mean, she started with block coding, and then she graduated within like a year's time. She graduated into basic code writing as well, and by the end of that 12 or 15 months, she had created 40 plus apps. Coding, the way we get scared of coding, you do not want to be scared of coding. The reason why you don't want to be scared of coding is because coding is a very process oriented, is a very algorithm oriented concept, which is very logical. If you try and learn coding as a not as a mandatory subject, but if you try and learn coding step by step to make something, to maybe automate something, you will love coding. Okay. The kind of coding that is required in the world of artificial intelligence versus the kind of coding that is required in the world of, let's say, pure computer science, which is to build complex algorithm, is kind of different. And plus, short answer, yes, coding is required. Long answer, coding is required at different levels by different, coding is required at different levels in the world of data and AI. If you are going to be a person who's going to create reports, and not going to be a person who's going to automate a lot of reports and create data pipeline, and you're not going to be working on advanced deep learning algorithms, which is part of artificial intelligence as well, then you don't require to know coding to an extent of building an algorithm. Where coding becomes more complex is when you end up trying to solve a very complex computational problem with the help of a code. Imagine you have 1 billion people hitting a server, and your goal is to use some kind of an algorithm to reduce the server load. Now that is a very complex problem to solve. Imagine, India-Pakistan cricket match is going on, and 40 million people, 4 crore people are watching it, and you want to make sure that the server doesn't crash. Now that is a complex problem. But if you're talking of a simpler problem, then coding is not difficult. Most of the codes are available online. Most of the codes are easily available on ChatGPT, and you just have to copy and understand where to put what code. So coding is required at different level. So just if you are becoming a artificial intelligence advanced engineer, solving a very, very high volume of data problem or high level of automation problem, then yes, coding requirement would be significantly more than a person who's creating reports or who's doing exploratory data analysis, who's not so much concerned about significant volume of data and not so much concerned about doing a lot of automation. That said, one short answer is I said, yes, you cannot, believe me, if you put your brain into it, put sincere effort towards it, you will find that coding is one of the easiest thing to learn for anybody, right? Especially the level of coding that is required. So what I always recommend my learners is, if you're afraid of coding, just go to YouTube, right, and type Python basic code tutorial. You'll get at least 10,000 videos on IB Pro's YouTube website YouTube channel as well. You'll find a lot of tutorial, but you really don't have to go. Just write, how to write the first program in Python. It's going to be so easy, and you will start loving it. From that point on, then start building upon that small knowledge. Don't try to solve a big problem in the beginning. You want to get acquainted with basic coding. You don't want to be afraid of it. It's like riding a cycle, right? The first day when you ride a cycle, you will fall, right? But the moment you start to ride a cycle for 10 meters, then you will not stop riding for at least a month, right? So coding is exactly like this. I tell you, any non-coding background student can easily learn coding. Okay, so don't be afraid of coding. In the world of artificial intelligence, almost every role requires some bit of coding. As I said, different level of complexity. So that is very, very important concept to remember. Okay, if you notice in my slide deck as well that I had prepared steps to make a career, the first thing I talk about is understand the basics, right? And in understanding the basics, one of the things that I talk about is you want to get familiar with some kind of programming language, either Python, R, SQL. Some of these languages are mandatory for anybody to work in the world of data and AI. Okay, but believe me, these are not difficult if you put sincere effort towards it. And that sincere effort is, let me put it down as a 30 minutes a day for 21 days. And believe me, you will have your first app created by writing codes. Okay, see, a lot of no code applications have come in the market, so you can get around a lot of problems without any code. However, I always recommend my learners, don't be afraid of coding. Do a little bit of coding. There is absolutely, this is not a concept that you want to be afraid of. Yes, maths, a lot of people are afraid of. And I can tell you, okay, maths, yes, some of the folks are going to be afraid of, and maths can be complex, but coding, no. Especially, as I said, first 1 or 2 levels of coding that we need in the world of data and AI, they're not complex if somebody puts their effort into it. More difficult would be to learn probability theory and linear algebra. And that you can say that I can tell you that, okay, if somebody does not understand linear algebra to that level, probability theory to that level, they can still work around, they can still find workaround and get a job in the world of data and AI. But if you do not have absolutely no idea of coding at all, then you will find it difficult to get into the world of data and AI, pure data and AI. You can become an MIS person, you can become a data reporter as well to an extent, but not in the world of high-paying data science and data and AI kind of a role. Just give me one moment. So the idea is, yes, coding is required at different levels. Okay, as I said, start slow, no problem. Okay, now the second question, Gen AI, LLM models are going to remain hot. Before that, I'm going to talk about this particular question. Okay, are data analyst roles in trouble? Now, you see, I would flip it around. More than the data analyst jobs are in trouble, the data analyst or data analytics opportunities in the world, data and AI opportunities, where where a person who understands data and understands analytics, those kind of people are going to be required significantly. Up until now, up until now, only the advanced companies which were willing to invest extra into data tools, into data infrastructure. They were using they were getting benefited with the help of data science and AI. But now with tools like ChatGPT, tools which are built on ChatGPT, which are using AI as a service. You see, just like how we use electrical socket. Okay, we don't really care how and through what grid the electricity is coming to our house. We just put our put our plug-in, put our adapter of any of the device that we want to use into that socket, and then we get the power we are not worried. And then we utilize that power to do a lot of things. And because the power, the electricity was portable, was made portable in the 20th century. That's when we started seeing so many electrical devices which came. The entire industry came about, right? Similarly, now artificial intelligence is becoming portable. It's good. Your fans are going to become smart. Your houses are going to become smart. Your car has become smarter. Your bikes are becoming smarter. Since more and more companies, small, medium, large companies, whether it is HR company, whether it is finance company, whether it is a supply chain company, everybody is using data and AI. Because of which, what is going to happen is the opportunities in the world of data and AI is going to increase so significantly that there will be a need for anybody who talks anything or who understands anything in the world of data. Okay, it is going to become, so far, we were seeing that, you and I probably understand a little bit of data and a little bit of AI industry because, you're part of this workshop. I've spent all my professional career in this world. We understand, but there are so many people who are not using AI and data at all. Right now, what is going to happen is your colony's cigarette shop, your colony's grocery stores are going to be transformed. Their decisions are going to be data and AI enabled because AI is going to become so portable. Data and AI tools are going to become so cheap and easy to use that all these people will start using it, and they would need people who can make and understand what is going on in their business with the help of data, right? And that is where the opportunities are going to come. My strong belief, and I'm seeing that transition happening with Ivy. We have so many clients. Earlier, Ivy used to have only Fortune 500 clients like Honeywell, Tesco, Tata's, ITCs, Coca-Cola, these kind of clients. For the last year and a half, we've been making clients, and clients making clients meaning they find us. We've been making clients which are much smaller, and they are using data. They are using data reportings. They want to use AI. One of my very small client meaning is a small engineering, manufacturing, traditional client. Okay, they took our help in installing AI enabled cameras within their organization, within their manufacturing facility, to monitor their truck movement within their manufacturing facility and understand where the bottleneck is for a truck within their factory. In which department do the trucks spend more time than required, and so forth. This is a very, very small company as compared to Tata's and ITCs of the world or Honeywell's of the world. These companies, this particular company, once we helped them install that complete solution, they hired 7 people from Ivy, right? And they still want to hire more in the world of, to help them do or analyze the data, right? Now, what is happening is it is going to become more democratic. AI is going to become, data and AI is going to become more democratic, and there will be a lot more opportunities. Right now, we've just touched the icing of the cake. Now we are going to the meat of the cake, and you guys should feel fortunate that you even understand a little bit of this industry. Okay, you just have to be a little smart about your target. I always recommend that now. Yes, you can definitely have a target. You can definitely have large companies in your target list, but look for those small, medium-sized companies which are interested to hire, and they are willing to pay as well. Believe me, don't take it as a notion or as an idea that, hey, these are small companies and hence they will pay lesser. No, they're seeing the benefit, just like how they saw the benefit of softwares in in early 2000. Now they're seeing the benefits of using data and AI in transforming their internal businesses, the small companies, right? And those are the companies who will be willing to pay top money to people who understands data. So that is how I look at this question, that AI will help data analytics jobs. Okay, it'll help by widening the scope of data analyst job and not getting restricted to only very high, I mean very large companies that used to hire data folks, right? Now there was one more question related to it, that what are the tools? These two questions kind of related to each other, that as a data analyst, now, you know, the way I describe data analyst is, if I were to say, let's say this is a bigger pie, then there is one more pie, and then there is one more pie. Now imagine, now, you know, the way I look at it is that, imagine this is my data science pie. And I'll tell you what this means. This inner pie is AI, artificial intelligence. This pie is, let's say, machine learning, and this is data science. Now, data science also includes a lot of other things. It includes data visualization. It includes data exploration, meaning data exploration and cleaning. It includes data visualization, data exploration, and cleaning. It also includes a lot of, you know, little bit of cloud data engineering concepts as well. You know, how do we connect to the data engineering pipeline and so forth. That is the first layer. And that layer, we call it as a data analytics layer, wherein you are responsible for making sure that data is cleaned, data is labeled properly, data does not have any, you know, any quality problems. And also you are a good data visualizer, right? Maybe you're not doing a lot of statistical modeling on it, or maybe you're doing a little bit of statistical inference and basically creating some kind of inference out of the data, but you're not really predicting future using machine learning models and so forth. The next level comes this machine learning, where you are applying predictive machine learning models, and you're trying to predict future by using past data, using supervised and unsupervised algorithms, right? And also trying to automate it, so that through MLOps and so forth on cloud, so that you don't have to repeatedly do the same task, right? And when it comes to artificial intelligence, you're essentially using and exploring deep learning algorithms. You're using a lot of NLP algorithms. You're using advanced algorithms to do computationally heavy tasks. For example, you want to understand from an image of 1 billion images of animals, you want to understand which images belong to cats or which images belongs to dog, right? You want to do that classification from a very heavy set of data and being able to recommend some decisions automatically on such large computational data. And then you're using some kind of generative AI, or I mean through NLP, you're using some kind of AI service which is responding as a human being, either in a text form or in a verbal form, or maybe it is in a visual form, right? But you're using, again, deep learning algorithms on huge amount of data, using computationally heavy resources, right? Cloud resources, very computationally heavy resources to make sense of the data. Remember, AI algorithms are almost black box algorithms, and they almost work as a brute force algorithm, meaning they want huge volume of data, and you assume that you have availability of a very high computational machine. You know, when I say this, imagine you have a human being who can remember the entire history of humankind day by day, right, in his memory. Now his brain is so supercharged that he has not forgotten any. He's trained his brain to remember each and every human event historical event that ever happened in the humankind. And everything is there in his brain, and he can easily recall everything, right? Now that human being, as a human, we think that is a superhuman, right? Very difficult to find. Now, when you work with AI algorithm, since you work with such high config computers or servers, supercomputers, which can process such huge amount of data and train themselves through brute force, because they have access to huge amount of data, as well as they have access to high computation, processing power, RAM, GPUs, that they process and they understand the data, they train themselves. And hence, since these algorithms are trained on such large volume of data, so the next time when a cat image is given to them, they can easily identify that. So believe me, AI algorithms are actually very computationally heavy, and the main main premise there is that you have almost unlimited resources available to you. That is the reason why OpenAI kind of companies, they have gotten and spent $3-4 billion in training their first chat GPT algorithm that tool that we all are using very nicely now. And Microsoft has put $10 billion last year to OpenAI just to help them train even on larger data sets. So when you have such huge amount of fund available just to train your machine learning models or AI models, then those models are going to be extremely accurate as well, right? But those are restricted to only few companies. You understand? So what is going to happen is a lot of companies, small, medium-sized companies, will start to use these as service, and they will require people who can understand what is going on and who can explain what is going on with their data. And that is where there will be a lot of job openings that will come along. As a data analyst, if you want to progress in your career, I would suggest a couple of things to learn. One, learn some machine learning models, not difficult to understand. Learn ML ops, machine learning operation. ML ops is very, very important because that will help you to automate your machine learning model deployment on cloud, deployment on different machines, and make them available for people to use it very easily. In Ivy Professional School's data science and AI program, we actually have a machine learning ops model that we have, a module that we have included. And that is a very, very important module, right? For a person to be able to automate and deploy their machine learning models on cloud. That's a very important thing that you want to learn. And that would also expose you to the cloud tools as to how to deploy these machine learning models that we build on cloud, so that it is available for any software application to use it as a service. Then you start exploring deep learning models, and you start exploring NLP models. Remember one important thing, guys. Very high computational models and algorithms would require would require a lot of money to train them. And very, very few people, very, very few companies will always have access to that kind of infrastructure and that kind of money. So if you are targeting for a very small set of job, which is, high-end deep learning algorithm expert jobs, then the jobs are going to be lesser. Yes, they will pay a lot because very few companies will look for very highly trained experts. But my recommendation would be that know fundamentals of these algorithms. Maybe have one or two use cases in your profile as well, but master the rest of the things. Master your basic coding skills. You should be good in working with huge amount of data in Python or in SQL or in R. You should be good in visualization. Data storytelling is not going to die. It's always going to be there. When the election results come, we all will log on to the TV to see what has happened region-wise, party-wise. We would want to see them visually. So data storytelling is not going to die. So if you're a good data visualizer, you will always have a job. You will always require, companies will always require people who are good in cleaning the data and exploring the data. So if your fundamentals are good in the world of data and AI, there'll always be need for you. Remember, there are more data analytics jobs then pure data scientist jobs, then pure AI engineer jobs. That's how it happens. That's how it happens. If I were to create I actually have somewhere, maybe I'll have to search somewhere. I have that data as well available to me. That let's say if there are, this is, let's say, data analyst job, then this is data scientist job, and then this is AI engineer's job. The number of jobs I'm talking about, actual number of jobs, and this is 2023 data. So believe me, if you focus on your foundations first in the world of data, you would still have jobs. Is that making sense, everybody? After the program, after today's workshop, just go online on Indeed and look for data analyst jobs, look for data science jobs, and look for AI engineer jobs. Okay, and you will find the difference in what I'm talking about. So, short answer: what are the tools and concepts that a data analyst must master to progress towards more advanced AI jobs? I would first say build upon your foundation of your basic coding, basic data structures, data visualization, data cleaning, data exploration, some bit of cloud, machine learning models, meaning statistical algorithms, then ML ops, then exploring deep learning algorithms and NLP, and then maybe integrating all these on a cloud machine or a cloud platform to provide AI as a service. But remember, this is a journey. You don't want to do it in one go. You want to keep learning, but at the same time, you can start working in a company. All right? Yes, Sovik, go ahead.
That means that those who are doing data science with visualization
Yes,
should go later on with ML and DL programming, right?
absolutely. So the idea is that, as I said, if I'm a recruiter, I would still want to see some bit in your profile that says that, okay, you have worked on at least a few machine learning projects. I would like to see that you are aware of some of the 1, 2, 3 deep learning algorithms commonly used, like CNN, RN, commonly use some deep learning algorithms. You should be aware, at least. You should be able to have a conversation. You should have deployed something on cloud, at least, maybe a small thing, right? Because if I'm a recruiter, I would want, because some people in my team are going to be experts, and we are going to, the company would be deploying all the services, all these data science, data services, data and AI services on cloud. So you should be able to at least understand and speak that language.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Somi's, okay, one of the question I think has been asked on YouTube is background in IT, interest in stock market. Should I go for CFA or MBA in finance or master's in data science? If you have an interest in stock market, then there is algo trading. First, you want to master your Python skills. First, you want to master your SQL skills and some data structure algorithms. I'm assuming you are good in Python. You're good in finance and understanding how equity market works, or how different components of derivatives and stock market industry works. If you're so, then yes, CFA is a great degree. But and I've had a lot of learners and some of my family people as well who have done CFA and then have done data science, or who have done data science and then CFA, and they've had a great career as in a hedge fund, or my brother himself, he's working as a data science professional in a hedge fund in Singapore, and they make huge amount of money because the kind of bets they make are crazy. But he's an engineer. He has done CFA, but before he did CFA, he had done some bit of data science. So these things can go hand in hand very easily. I would say the best combination would be, you don't have to really do a master's in data science. Let's say if you've done CFA and you've done some kind of a data science certification program or a diploma program, even that would be enough. How to start journey as a data analyst? We'll talk about it. Okay, let me see. How to start in AI? Let's put it like this question, because some of the other questions were similar. AI is an ultimate role You can't just decide one fine day that I want to become an AI scientist without having a good understanding of the data world, which basically means you want to be, you want to have a good understanding of handling data in a tool like Python, handling huge amount of data using SQL, and having some data structure and coding understanding, and then having good understanding of statistical models, some bit of maths, supervised algorithms, unsupervised algorithms, how machine learning, these models, all these different models and packages and libraries which are available in Python and SQL. How do you use these things to deploy machine learning models? And you must have done practice on these concepts as well. That is the first thing that you want to master. The second, and as part of the mastering of these concepts, then you want to master data handling. This is a very critical role. A lot of people don't understand that still in the data world, there are a lot of data quality issues, and companies need people who can smoothen this quality problems. That means can remove the quality problems in the data. And that is what happens in the data handling and pre-processing. It's a large area. People explore it, people ignore it, but you do not want to ignore this thing. Basic, but extremely important, a lot of job openings. Then once you have done with these three things, that means once you have understood the basics of coding and algorithm, learned some machine learning models, statistical programming, and handled and done data cleaning and data pre-processing kind of concepts, then only you want to go to deep learning models and go deeper. And here also, explore. If you're a first time person who's trying to explore AI, try to explore, maybe work on one or two deep learning models, try and apply in some kind of projects, right? Basic projects, academic projects also, right? It's fine, okay? Because if I am recruiting a junior person in the world of data and AI, I'm not going to expect you that, you build a chat GPT model for me. Yes, I would expect you to know some of the concepts, but I know that if you know about data and machine learning models, and you know how to work with dirty data using SQL and how to smoothen that out, you will learn rest of the things. It's not rocket science, okay? Because all these things are anyways become much easier once you start to use these packages which are easily readily available, okay? So the idea is more difficult things is to understand the fundamentals and the foundation. So if your question is how do you start your journey in the world of data and AI, I would say start with basics. Still start with basics, guys. No shortcut to become an AI person. There is no shortcut at all. It's a journey. Okay, believe me, if somebody else says anything that, hey, you will go through a chat GPT prompt engineering course and become an AI engineer, that is wrong. If somebody says that, yes, you can build a large language model by using some no coding platforms and become an AI engineer and get a job, again, that person is going to be fooling you. If I am a recruiter, if I am hiring for artificial intelligence jobs, I would want to make sure that your data foundations are extremely good and clear. Is that making sense, everybody? Remember, if I need 10 person who can work with data cleaning and data and visualization and data basic analysis, then I would require 5 people who can build advanced machine learning models. Then I would require only 2 people, maybe 1 or 2 people who can actually build complete AI solutions. I don't need. That's not how the team is created, that I will hire 10 AI engineers. Is that making sense, everybody? Yeah, the team is like this. All right. So the large amount of jobs are at the foundation level. Okay. That is the first phase, guys. Okay, only the first phase. The second phase, very important, is to gain some kind of practical experience. For example, in Ivy, we offer internship experiences and projects for almost every module to our students. We give that an opportunity. We have research projects almost in every module. Research projects are in addition to the case studies that we do as part of each module. For example, even if you're learning data cleaning and data manipulation using SQL, which is considered to be one of the initial modules, course modules that we do 7 to 8 industry case studies, and then we do 2 research projects. Research projects are projects which you do by yourself. Case studies are real life business problems that faculty, let's say if I'm an instructor, I will do those cases as part of the program. I'm going to make you first understand the concept, then I'm going to give you case studies which are real life business problems. You solve them, then we have a debate and discussion and doubt clearing on those case studies. But the research projects you do yourself. You are working on it, and when you work on these research projects, you gain practical experience along with some kind of internship that we provide to our learners. When you do so, that's when you get practical experience, okay? Because that's when you get an opportunity to work on the real life projects as much as possible. By the end of our program, students have had an opportunity to work on 40 plus real life cases by different companies, Uber, Microsoft, Accenture, Genpact, Google, and so many cases, and 10 plus research projects. You have the opportunities to work on it, and then at least 3 plus internship projects. Now, of course, people end up getting jobs before they end up doing also so many of these things. But remember, the second phase is to showcase that, to actually gain practical experience. Once you have worked on these cases and projects, you would want to put them onto GitHub. You would want to create LinkedIn videos, short project videos. You want to make yourself viral. And that's the next thing that we always recommend our people, that become your own marketer. The best salesman for your own skill is you, nobody else. Remember, we train people on how to build a resume, which is like a portfolio, right? Where the focus is on the hard skills. I'm a firm believer that as a young person, your resume should focus on hard skills. Forget about soft skills. Soft skills, the company will assess during interview. Of course, you need soft skills, otherwise you'll not be able to clear the interview. But to get shortlisted, your resume to get shortlisted, your resume should focus on hard skills. And remember, as a recruiter, I'm a very smart person. If I'm hiring for a data and AI job, I am a very, very smart recruiter, smart person, much above average intelligence person. I will understand that you have just mentioned hard skills just like a table, or if you have mentioned your hard skills in form of a project, in form of a problem solving project. If you have done so, then I would give a lot of value to it. If you have not done so, then I will not give a value to your project. Just to give you an understanding of one of our students' project, let me open one of the resumes, one of the sample resumes from our programs, so that you'll understand what I'm talking about. Right. Very simple resume, okay? So now look at this, project on data analytics and machine learning. So if you notice here, what you will notice is the focus is given on the hard skills, provided data-driven insights to clients, unsupervised learning algorithm, which is a machine learning algorithm, clustering k-means on huge data, and then look at the way we have described the project. When you describe the project with specifics, with results as well, look at the results that are also mentioned. All are real life projects, right? When you do so, and when you mention the results, when you mention these data points, then they become more believable, right? As a recruiter, if I see such results, such numbers in the project, right, and diversity in the project, then I know that, even if you have done 50% of it, I'm okay to I'm okay to at least get into a conversation with you, and that is your first scope, right? These are all machine learning projects that the person has done, right? So the idea is that it's very, very important that how do you market, right? And when you end up creating videos on these projects, and then when you publish those videos on your GitHub and on your LinkedIn, then you become famous. And we also hold we also hold our good students projects on our YouTube channel. You become famous when you do when you go there. So, for example, some of our popular videos, some of the popular videos are actually by our students. You'd be surprised, and those are project videos. For example, this COVID analysis was done by one of our students only. 29,000 people have seen it. This 22,000 people again done by one of our students. This 18,000 people, which was done by again one of our students on using machine learning. So the idea is when you are working, when you actually, so this was a data visualization project, but when you do something like this, right? I mean, you are marketing your skills, and when you become your own marketer, an intelligent marketer, that's when the world notices your skills. Okay, so this is a very important thing that we make our people do: build a portfolio. Then we help you to understand how to network and how to. So I, in fact, take a class as part of the program where I give you specific 5 steps to search for the jobs. And those, believe me, if you follow those 5 steps to the T, it is impossible that you will not be able to crack your first job. And it is a hard work. It's a good hard work. I can tell you from my own experience of my master's in 2004, when I was graduating from my master's. I remember I had applied to 450 companies for internship. 450 companies to my first internship job in 1 month, and I got 0 interview calls. 0 interview calls. Now, I was in the US. I was a computer engineer. I was doing a master's from a US, one of the top 30 schools in the US. Yet I did not get a single interview call for my internship. I realized the mistake that I had done while I was looking for a job, a very simple mistake, that I sent one common resume to everybody. That never works. I had applied to accounting role, to consulting role, to a software development role, to whatnot role. The moment I realized that I had to be targeted, and then I built a short list of 15 companies, and that to a diverse list of companies. And then I created 3 or 4 different versions of my resume with the right hard skills highlighted, which would be tailored, customized to a specific role in a specific company. And when I started doing it, within 3 weeks time, I had 3 firm internship offers, paying me more than $3,500 per month back in 2004. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is that it's a very simple job. I mean, it's a hard work, but it's a simple job searching strategy that we recommend to our learners, and we have seen great results. So these are the 3 phases, guys. Yeah. One, first you learn the foundation, that you master the concepts, right? There also, first master your foundation, guys. There is no shortcut to AI. Master your foundation, then gradually move towards deep learning algorithms. Only once you have mastered the foundations, because remember, if you master the foundation, you would still have a lot of jobs. Once you have mastered the foundations of your basic coding, data structures, of your machine learning models, statistical concepts, data visualization, data cleaning, data exploration, once you have done those foundational stuff, then you go to deep learning models. Even if you have done some basics, but you understand the concepts and NLP, that's when you're moving towards AI. Is that making sense, guys? Again, remember, no shortcut. Just by knowing a simple, let's say, LLM models, right? I mean, there are so many articles on the blogs which have been written on LLM models. You just follow that step by step, and you will have an LLM model connected chatbot created or a tool created. But when something is so easy, then there is no value to it. Believe me. The more difficult thing is the background algorithm, and that's where most of the jobs are, right? So you want to build your foundation strong, go step by step, no shortcut to AI, right? Once you have done that, then you want to get practical experience by having worked on, you want to build a portfolio, you want to work on projects which are as real time, as real life as possible, as much as possible. Hard work again, guys. Okay, when I say 40 plus cases, 10 plus research projects, so many internship, it is pure hard work. People forget about watching Netflix, Prime, cricket for 6 to 9 months continuous. They devote all their weekend, all their free time to our courses. Then only there is a success, guys. No shortcut again. You can't say that, no, I will watch Netflix for 10 hours a week, but I will give to the program only 6 hours a week. Then Netflix will give you more result. Maybe you can become a media critic, movie critic, but you cannot be able to become a good data and AI person. So, it's a choice that you make. Are you devoting most of your time to something that you're passionate about or not? If you are, then you will get results. There are a lot of openings. Okay. Then you want to become your own marketer. You want to be smart about it. And the last very important tip that I always give to my learners is remember, there is no end to learning. You can ask me, in 2003, the first time when I heard about anything to do with data, it was called as decision sciences back then. We were completely new to it. And from that year, 2003, now we are in 2023, 2 decades. I have seen decision sciences becoming data science, decision science is becoming analytics becoming data analytics, business analytics, data analytics becoming data science, right? And now from data science to artificial intelligence, right? And with so many sub branches in it. So I've seen this industry transforming in the last 2 decades. And I can tell you, if I had stopped learning, then I would not be where I am today. Okay. So learning never stops. That's the thing about the world of data and AI. Something new will come every few weeks, maybe every week. You have to keep yourself updated. You have to keep constantly reading. Again, as I said, the more time you devote to reading and understanding about the world of AI, the more fascinated you'll become and the more aware you'll become. All right, let me quickly see if there are some questions that I have not been able to answer. I think we have spoken about what skills are required in detail. Is there a career for bachelors? Definitely yes. The younger you are, you would be surprised. In IB, we are training 11 standard people, and I get surprised with the kind of results that they are getting. These guys are getting help in their foreign college applications, and they're building algorithms, they're building applications, they're doing amazing stuff. Super power. I would say they are much more receptive to the things that we are training them. So I would say that, if you're more than 14, 15 years old, you can easily learn everything that is there in the world of data and AI. The younger you are, the more opportunities you will get, and the easier for you it will be to learn any of these things and to practice these things. So if you're a bachelor, good. Absolutely good. Do we include Hive, Amazon, Redshift types? Rahul, again, as I said, cloud data tools are important things. Now, there is a cloud data engineering as a separate career completely, where those guys have to be great. I mean, great in the sense, very, very proficient in high query language, in AWS, a lot of different tools which are available for them to kind of build their entire data pipeline. As an AI data science person, you are a user of those tools. You're not really using them to solve real life problems, but you're actually deploying your machine learning models on cloud. So your interface with cloud is almost like a power user, but you're not really setting them up. But as a data engineer, cloud data engineer, you end up setting those environments up as well for the data science teams to work with. So that's the idea. You should have an exposure of using those tools, not so much of installing and setting up those tools. In our course, do we include? All right. So the way IB courses are designed, we do give exit points courses which are for data analysts, for data visualization expert, or a data science with AI and machine learning expertise. If you're part of that particular course, yes, you do get exposed to the cloud tools as well. And then we do have a separate course for data engineering as well, cloud data engineering, where we cover those concepts very much in detail. For example, if you are very good in SQL, you are automatically good in Hive as well. It'll take you probably 7 or 8 hours to kind of understand, or maybe not even that much, to understand some of the things that are specific to Hive, because Hive query language is actually SQL. There's hardly any difference. Only the platform where we write and the way the platform processes the query is in a distributed fashion. Otherwise, the same as SQL. Yeah, so yes, masters, bachelors, earlier the skills tools we have spoken about. What are the prospects of research? AI is going through a transformation, going through multiple transformations. If you are interested in research, there are so many problems to be solved in the world of AI. So huge prospect for research in the world of AI, huge prospect. The only thing is researchers have to have patience. I don't have that patience. That's the reason why I never did PhD. But yeah, I've seen some of the folks who have done PhD, spent 4, 5, 6 years solving some specific problem. They have been highly successful in their career. Structured query language, Priyanshu, is very, very important, SQL as we say. Why is it hard to find an internship in the world of data? It is hard for people to find internship only if they are looking at the wrong way, they're looking at the wrong, or they're using the wrong methods to find an internship. Remember, if you're looking for an AI internship, you will find very, very few. Because if I am hiring somebody for artificial intelligence task, then I would want that person to be great in data science, in machine learning, in cloud, in handling huge high volume of data. I can't hire an intern and expect that person to know all these things, because most of these things you can only know by having done them. So as an intern, if you're looking for AI internship, wrong. But as an intern, if you're looking for a data science, data analytics, data visualization internship roles, yes, there are. But then you have to set your expectation. You have to customize your resume accordingly. You have to showcase that you do not need anything. The moment you're hired as an intern, you can work independently, and then there'll be a lot of companies which will be willing to hire you as an intern. Remember, when you are looking for an internship, make yourself available for at least 3 months, and I would strongly recommend to make yourself available for at least 6 months. Second, do not look for money in internship. If somebody pays you 5,000 versus somebody pays you 15,000, somebody pays you 25,000, be open to it. Your goal is to gain experience as an intern, then to gain money. Okay. Everything, all different kinds of jobs are going to be difficult to find unless you smartly look for it, unless your resume is smartly designed for it, unless your GitHub profiles, repositories are designed smartly for it, unless your LinkedIn profiles are designed smartly for it. Very important. Any kind of online project experience that you get is always going to be beneficial. Any kind of project experience that you get is always going to be beneficial. AI with web is a very good combination, because if you can integrate your AI algorithm with a web app or a application, software application, it's always a great thing. Can AI replace human voice modulation? To a large extent, it's already doing it. To a very, very large extent. Just Google and you will find a lot of examples. Okay. Is advancement in AI good for humankind? I was in the US for like a month, up until like last week. I met with a lot of doctors. I met with a lot of health professionals this time. I was surprised with the kind of data, smart data and AI oriented applications and devices these health professionals were using to monitor their patients. They were expensive right now. So I met with one company founder, Indian guy in the US, who has designed an application which uses, which analyzes, or which looks at the retina images, your eye images, and tells you what is the probability of you getting a diabetic oriented eye defects. Now, without that AI enabled software camera, this used to take 3 to 7 days to detect, and that to specialist ophthalmologist, eye specialist. But with that AI enabled camera, it can give you the result within a few seconds. Now that is a great advancement for humankind. So I would say that with all the hype, there is substance as well behind AI, and it is going to be there. It is going to be there. Nobody can, no government, no person can stop the advancement of AI, it has just way too high applications for humankind, benefits for humankind. What tools? Believe me, tomorrow attend the workshop again. My colleague, who's an expert in chatbot, and that is the theme of tomorrow's workshop. Don't miss it. You will actually be able to understand how to build contextual chatbot, AI enabled using Python, and he's going to show you ways whereby you have to write minimal codes. He's going to share the codes as well to do it. It's going to be great. Data science algorithm, data structure algorithm, at least the basics, very, very important. Again, as I said, these are all things which you can be trained on easily. All right, guys, I think I've taken a lot more time, 10 more minutes than required, but just wanted to tell you that I'll be more than happy to be connected with you on LinkedIn. If you just search my name, Prateek IVY, you will find me as the first link on LinkedIn, and as well as on Twitter. I'll be more than happy to be connected with you all. I have given my LinkedIn link as well on the chat, as well as you can just search Prateek Ivy and you will find me on LinkedIn. I'll be more than happy to be connected with you. Through me, you will be connected with 10,000 more people in this industry. Thank you guys for attending today's workshop and asking all these relevant questions, guys. Okay, just to conclude, there are 3 phases that we spoke about. Phase 1 is to master the concept starting from fundamental. Phase 2 is to gain practical experience, build project portfolio. And third is to become your own salesperson, own marketer, right? Where you're marketing your sales portfolio, your skills portfolio, your project portfolio intelligently through LinkedIn, through YouTube, through GitHub. Very, very important. And last but not the least, learning never stops, guys. Thanks a lot, Alan. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Do not forget to like Ivy Pro School's YouTube page. You'll find great industry speakers talking about their 2 cents on AI, chatbot, artificial intelligence, machine learning models for free. Industry speakers from various different industries have given their views on what's happening in the world of AI. So do not forget to subscribe to Ivy Pro School's YouTube channel, and don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. Thank you, everybody.